Okay, Melinda, how you doing? I'm so sorry to hear you're not feeling well. So sorry to hear that. Definitely. I hope you're feeling better very, very soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the work that you have submitted here. Let me get rid of this. I have that up for a reason, but I'll leave that for a second. I want to take a look at that in 1 second, just for some comparisons. I've got your written rationale up here, and I think your written rationale makes a lot of sense. It really does. The one thing I'm not seeing is a good connection between your written rationale and the word marks themselves. And I want to talk about the word marks themselves, but thank you so much for including your written rationale. It's so important for young designers to understand that the written rationale is just a brief synopsis of the work that you're submitting. And it's really important because for the rest of your design career, when you enter a professional design career, I think it's safe to say that you're going to be providing these little written rationale, this brief synopsis of where you're at in the project and what exactly the project entails and what you're trying to say. And it's going to assist the art director who has several designers underneath them, him or her. So, it makes sense to give a little summary of the assignment before you hand it to off to your art director, so that art director knows exactly. Now, the art director will know what you're talking about once they read it. Go, oh yeah, I remember this project, definitely. But just to give the work, it's definitely putting the art director, or in this situation, your peers in the class, at a definite disadvantage. So thank you so much. Keep up the good work on those written rationales. Okay, let's take a look at the work. First, I think one of your classmates mentioned, I think it was Marlena. Yeah, she mentioned that these aren't technically word marks per se, and she's exactly correct. They're not. These are basically logos or logo marks, and the reason being is because they both got these illustrations in them. A word mark shouldn't have these illustrations. A word mark should express all of the meaning and the encoded meaning with typography only. Okay, so there was a couple of, I wanted to see, I want to show you a quick example. I think I left, where did I leave it? Hang on 1 second. Got it. This is what I was looking for. This was one of my responses in M3 task 1 I left for Marlena. And basically it's this. It's like, okay, how do you communicate using typography alone? Okay, I use two words here. One word meaning tough or being tough, and the other word being pretty. And I gave these two examples. Okay, does this look right, tough, in a scripted typeface? No, it doesn't. It doesn't look right because it's more of a feminine, typeface. It's scripted, so it's not alluding to being tough. It's being more detailed, dainty, and a little bit more feminine than the word tough. Now, this typeface down here definitely indicates tough, right? It's stoic, it's solid, it's upright. It can't be knocked down. It's almost impenetrable. Okay, then we take a look at the other two and we say, let's look at the word pretty. So now, does this word look good in this scripted typeface? It looks perfect just about. I mean, it's actually a pretty typeface. Is this a pretty typeface? No, this doesn't look pretty. This is that tough, stoic typeface. So setting a word pretty in this type of typeface just doesn't work. And I wanted to use that for an example. I also want to jump up and show you these. I left this post. This is the what is a word mark post. And I really want you to look through this and really take a look at a lot of these. These are word marks. Some of them are technically turning into logos. Like that's a little illustration right there. But it's a word mark because that little fish hook is a U. Okay, and then so I really want you to take a look at a lot of these and see how they really handled the word mark itself in terms of encoding meaning through type alone and not illustration. Let's go back to your work and we can see that a lot of what you're depending on here is through illustration. Another thing I want to mention about the logo itself is that there's too much going on. Right now, I'm going to count the visual stops that we have, the different meanings, the visual identifiers, okay? We got the figure, 1, the heart, 2. We got the figure holding the plant, 3. We got the heart in the background, 4. We've got 5, 6, and 7 being those horizontal strokes. We've got the word George Mason, that's 8. We've got wellness and center, that's 9 and 10. We've got the different typeface, 11, the different typeface, 12. You've got 12 different visual identifiers in one logo. You should really concentrate on maybe two visual identifiers in a logo, maybe 3, but this is just too much to ask the viewer to commit to memory. Okay, so, and then over here, this is the same thing. You got this illustration that's conveying most of the meaning here. So again, this is not technically a word mark, this is a logo. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back and I want you to pick your word, or in this case, words. And you only have to use one word here, by the way, for this final assignment. So you don't have to do two like we did last week. But if you're more than welcome to. And I want you to concentrate on using typefaces only, okay? And one of the things, and see this stroke right here? Just don't even use anything like that for now. Just set the typeface and we'll take a look at it. Choose the typeface you want to use and we'll take a look at it. I want to bring you over here because I want to show you some word marks that are pretty. I think this is very, very successful right here. It's a spa wellness clinics. It's basically a sans serif typeface, somewhat decorative in the E, and basically what you have here is a sans serif all cap typeface with the word spa wellness and clinic set in the same typeface, of smaller size and a less prominent stroke. Okay, the glue that's holding it together basically is the color here, here, and here. All right, but this will also work in black and white. Couple of others, and this right here, this is a good logo. It really is. It tells exactly what it is. And again, we have the sans serif. This time we don't have all cap. We have regular setup on that with title case. But I just, this is another good one right here. Well Solutions. Okay, and again, if you're noticing something here that is common to all of these, they're all using a sans serif typeface. And the reason they're using a sans serif typeface is because it's more contemporary than a traditional serif typeface. This looks old and stuffy, set in this traditional serif typeface. I think set in a sans serif, look how much more contemporary that looks. So my suggestion would be to go ahead and select a couple of typefaces and really start working with it. Go through these, that announcement that I had. Take a look at some of the ideas here, okay, and see if you can get some ideas. But my recommendation would be to remove all of the extraneous meaning, all of the rules and different colors and different typefaces and illustrations and such, and just concentrate on setting the word George Mason Wellness Center in a typeface that conveys a caring and supportive encoded meaning. And I would suggest to do that, I would suggest using a sans serif typeface and concentrating on making some hierarchy differences based on scale. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I know you can do this. I definitely know you. I've seen your work now for 3 weeks, and you're definitely capable of doing this. So I think it's just a matter of sitting down and saying, okay, no illustrations, got to make my message with type. Okay, and again, go through some of the examples, go through some of the class examples, some of the outside examples, take a look and see how other designers have done such, and take it from there. Okay, awesome job. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or other. Like I said, I'll be more than glad to address those. All right, good job. Thank you.